We must be able to connect the masses of substances and the actual number of particles undergoing chemical changes in a chemical reaction, because you can't really count the particles directly. And this connection is provided using the unit of mole and Avogadro's number, which is denoted Na for shorthand. So 1 mole is 6.022 by 10 to the 23, and this can refer to anything. So in the context of chemistry, that could mean a number of atoms, ions, molecules, and so on. So in the periodic table, the average atomic mass is provided, and that's in atomic mass units. And 1 atomic mass unit is the same thing as 1 gram per mole, which we'll show in a subsequent video. And this is also referred to as the molar mass. So therefore the number of moles of a substance is equal to the mass on the molar mass. So for example, you have grams in the numerator and grams per mole in the denominator, which ends up giving you mole in the numerator. Now suppose we want to find the mass of 1 lithium atom. Well, what we have is 6.94 grams per mole, and we multiply this by a quantity where we have moles in the numerator and atoms in the denominator. So therefore when the mole cancels, then we obtain grams per atom. So as we saw, Avogadro's number tells us that for every mole we have 6.022 by 10 to the 23. And in this context, we're looking at atoms. So this gives 1.15 by 10 to the minus 23 grams per atom, which is the mass of a lithium atom. The unit of moles can be used to connect the other units in chemistry. So for example, if I want to find the mass of a helium atom, well, we just read the molar mass from the periodic table, which is in grams per mole, and then we multiply this by moles per atom to cancel out the mole. And 1 mole is 6.022 by 10 to the 23 atoms in this context using Avogadro's number. And similarly, given the mass of a proton in atomic mass units, which is in grams per mole, you can find the mass of the proton in a similar way, but in this context, we refer to a particle rather than an atom. And similarly, if we're given a mass of a substance that's produced in a chemical reaction, then we can convert this to a number of moles. So we have the mass in grams over the molar mass in grams per mole, which you can calculate for nitric oxide from the periodic table by adding the molar masses together. And in this context, we can find a percent composition of calcium and chlorine in calcium chloride. So here you'll calculate the molar mass of this compound using the periodic table, then calculate the molar mass of calcium and the molar mass of chlorine, and then divide them by the total molar mass. So for example, you'll have the molar mass of chlorine, and you'll divide that by the molar mass of calcium chloride, and multiply by 100%. And you can find the concentration of a solute dissolved in a solvent. So for example, salt dissolving in water, which will be in moles of solute per liter of solvent. And a number of moles also appears in the ideal gas equation, which we can use to solve for the pressure, volume, and so on.